Mm. Good grief. It's gonna be another one of those weeks. We ain't getting shit done, folks. Mm. Yeah. Mm. So many horses. So many horses. Yeah, the stables. I'm taking care of some. Um, I'm going to uh do some morning training with Osmir and work on his tricks. So I think that's a handle animal still. But I have to do it for like a week. I'm working on teaching him breakout. Mm-hmm. Breakout. Mm, skills. Handle animal. 27. be real honest. I don't like what went down. Um, all right. So we took some commoners down to the sewers. Not all of them made it. Took some guard down to the sewers. They all made it. We found goblins and we found what's clearly not a natural force of a crocodile. Um, and honestly, I don't need heat on me with the Inquisition. So I guess I'm gonna maybe like think about checking out Petra's, but I'm not going to Petra's unless I like feel like there's an all clear. I kind of want to just like scope it out and do some recon rather than yeah, for sure. Skills. Let's see where this little boy is doing.
I'm gonna go back to the Rusty Tankard and ask Anthea if she's got any leads on the dude I was looking for. Yeah. Yeah, I got a room at the end. I've been staying at the end ever since I got kicked out. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been chilling in the slums. I've actually got a room at a brothel known as the Red Lady. Now, I don't partake of the brothel, mind you. I just heal the prostitutes, so I get a little bit of, room there. I am kind of at the area there, the downstairs bar, having a little spot of tea. Uh, and I think I'm going to find some some street urchins or like a prostitute who's going to the baker or something to send a message to Eldrick and Aelwyn asking them to meet me here.
Um, 16 and 15 for stealth, 12 and 27 for perception. Mhm. Hmm. Okay, sure. Am I doing this from like a rooftop or am I just cool? Bet, let's go. That's a 27. Okay, I apologize because my child ran up here and screamed at me. So you said that it's looking askew, there's flaps that should be held back, but it's ripped and there's splatters. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to watch comings and goings for a while. See if Eldrick or Maladrin show up, or see if anyone comes or goes, because there should at least be some activity if it's operable, right? Yeah, that's my concern. I'm staying put and you can go to the boys.
I'll roll up to the bartender and ask for her. Fair. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just go back to. I mean, did we ever check in with Petra after? Well, I probably would have. No, that was before we went back in. Yeah, I think the first thing we would have done was gone to Petra. I mean, that's what I would have done. Like, obviously, we have some news. We have some news of what happened down there. Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense. Then yeah, then I would go home and that's fine that I checked on Anthea first, but then yeah, I'll go to Petra. All right. Oh, how about that? 20. Things have happened, huh? Not sure what to do about this. I guess I'll just go in.
What does that look like? Does it look concerned? Does it look casual? Does it look like Yeah. I'm asking Tim.
Well, I had a high perception, so I think I'm suspicious right now. I think there might be something wrong, but I want to check it out. So I'm cautious. Uh, not just like swaggering in. I'm just, I'm just kind of like poking my head in, like what's going on in here.
I'm here, vaguely. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you did. Oh God. Hello. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna begrudgingly ask them to go through Petra. Well, Petra will have the information that you seek. Yeah, 2 silver will be fine. I've got silver 16. I've got 14 left. Okay, yeah, a couple silver. Take these messages, find these people, bring them in. Please come speak with me at the Red Lady, where I happen to be taking tea.
Yes, those look like massive band-aids on the ground, and
That's exactly what I was about to say.
I love that AI was like, this is what a hospital would have. Patience?
I'm gonna call for the guards immediately because I'm not like an investigator. I'm not good at tracking things, so I don't really have any way to like try and figure out what's going on. I'm just gonna I definitely see there's a crime that's been committed, and yes, that is
Red lady.
I don't know anyone at the Red Lady. I don't know anyone at the Red Lady. Yeah, why not? All right. Well, that sounds like the only thing I can do right now, since I don't know where Petra is. And well, I think I'd find the guard first and let them know what happened. Like, this looks suspicious. You know, I'll find them first, and then I'll go to the Red Lady.
Gets out of my sight, I'm gonna follow him. Deep. My 22 was my stealth. My perception was not great. It was a 10.
No, no, no. I'm actively looking for a guard. So. Of course. You want me to like kind of narrate what? I mean, yeah. I mean, I just went to this healer's tent, and they appear to have been robbed, ransacked. There's dead people in there that have been clearly murdered. So I wanted to let you guys know that that's what I found. I'll guide them there. Yep, and I came straight for you as soon as I found it. Eldrick Ashenheart.
I won. Okay. I know what the red lady is. I don't, given that he said it was a lady at the red lady, I just assume, but a blonde lady at the red lady still sounds like, I don't know, maybe he's got some business with a prostitute over there. What I overheard doesn't make me feel like I need to go investigate. So,
Which you've overheard that I told the boy that I knew no one from the Red Lady?
yeah, I mean, I guess. That seems confusing and totally for you. I will travel away from Petra's and I'll just kind of, I guess, I'm interested in knowing more about what all this is going on. I don't want to stay at Petra's, but maybe I will I'll go near, like, hang out near the red lady and see, like, if anybody goes in or out. And hang out over there and see what I can see. No. I'm going, yeah. It looks like he's detained for now. I'm gonna scope out the other place, but I'm still interested in finding out who else shows up at Petra's, because right now what it looks like is not good news, but I have a feeling I know what's happening. And I will, since I'm going away from Petra's, I'll hop down off of the rooftops and I'll actually, like, walk the city streets like a normal person. I don't need to be stealthy if I'm not going someplace that is suspicious. I don't need to act suspicious.
I assumed I was inside. Inside.
Mhm. No, hang out probably in some other area close by, like pull out a piece of bread and have a snack and hang out with Osmir and feed him a little bit too. And just kind of casually watch what's going on around. From who? Inside is what is happening. Inside, okay.
What do you know?
Fuck some.
Can't hear you talk on TikTok.
Oh, this whole time? The damn.
There we go. How annoying is that? I
can hear you.
I know, I just fixed
Well,
it.
the whole 30 minutes.
Well, the good news is, guys, I think it didn't work anywhere, but Discord would have heard me, so if you want the notes, Scribbler's going to knock those down for us. What has happened so far, just to recap and catch everyone up, is that our party has found out that Petra has been taken by the Inquisition. At least that's what Eldrick has found out at the Petra's tent. Elwyn has went to go and see if she can see who is requesting everyone to join them at the Red Lady, a house of ill repute, in which Maladrin is sitting at, having a nice little tea. And as a buxom lady comes up to him, she drops off a bucket or a basket full of crumpets for you to go with your tea. And she smiles and winks at you, asking if you'd like any company. It's super annoying that happened because now we've got 30 minutes of nothing on the.
I'd be like, no. I'm anticipating guests showing up soon, but I do anticipate the crumpets.
You do. The crumpets are there for you, all yours. Ah, good, very nice, very nice. And she leaves the basket. Yeah, I mean, she's not coming in and you're not going out. I can't give you anything else. Tim, is there anything Eldrick wants to do now that he's essentially been dismissed? And the guards leave too. Like they like walk you out and then they go back to their mission or like their normal route.
Makes sense. I'm gonna go to the Red Lady.
Okay. So after some time goes by, we'll say it's been an hour and a half total now. So it's 9:30 on Wheels Day in Callistrial, and you guys are all pretty close to the Red Lady at this point. So you'll walk up, Tim, and you go straight in. Nothing going on there besides heading in. So you head in. You'll see him, Ellen. He's not hiding at all. Your natural perception, you're literally staking this place out, keeping an eye on it. You see him show up here. It's an hour and a half or so after you have seen him over at the tent. So,
All right.
are you going to stop him, or just watch him go in and see what happens, or?
Yeah, it didn't seem like... I think that to Aelwyn, the grabbing the guards and taking them to Petra's tent seemed more of like an act of just naivety, I think, on Eldric's part. Like, okay, he wanted to be part of the guard, but he didn't really know what's going on around here, that people just get taken and this is the shit that we deal with. So I guess that thinking that through and being like, wow, this poor guy that obviously has no idea how things work around here, I'll kind of stop him before he gets up to the door and say, Petra's gone, huh?
Oh, you're muted. You're me. I'm muted.
Oh. So, yes, we need to discuss that. You should come in and I'll talk to you and Maladrin at the same time. We'll need a private room. It's not something we want spread openly.
I look at the door, and I look back at him and I said, "This is your blonde lady?"
Oh,
No.
the little guy's not with you.
I know, but I look at Eldric and I go, "Oh, I should have seen that. Maladrin's your blonde lady? Figures." And I kind of like laugh at how he got called a lady by this little waif that came in and delivered the message, and take that as a little bit of a win and begrudgingly follow him inside. I am going to put I'm gonna put Osmir on the roof though.
Okay.
Tell him to hide.
I just
hang
shared
out
this
out here and watch.
I just shared this map with you. It's not necessarily what I'm going to use forever. Eric's been working on a different one that's more top-down that I'll probably end up using. But I'm not ready with it, and I want to do some more work to it before.
You share that map I made value.
I don't have it even in Fantasy Grounds. A, and B, it's not up to where I want it yet. I got more work to do.
On Discord. You guys can look at it on Discord.
If you like, yeah. It's in the images aside.
It was nice. It's, where was that? I just copied an actual map. I made little roads. It's pretty fancy.
I will put the pins. I'll open the pins on here. I think you guys can see them if I do this. Should be able to see some pins now. But yeah, so okay. So you guys all are at the Red Lady, and then you request a private room then?
I mean, I stay here, so I have a room. So we can just go there. I mean, now it's not luxurious. It's just a little bed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a place to sleep. It's more of a closet. I'm like Harry Potter here.
Yeah, you are.
I have blonde hair.
You're basically Harry Potter. Okay. So you guys go to his room under the stairs. It's got a nice, like, single cot. There's a side table with a single drawer and, like, a copper candlestick holder with a, 3/4 burnt down wax candle on it. There's a book next to the bed that says How to Make Friends and Influence People. It doesn't say that.
I specifically am not addressing or talking to Maladrin as far as, unless I'm going to be addressed, but I am going to immediately upon entering the room walk over to the window and open it and just hang out by the window. So in case something happens, Osmir can note us, give us some information, or give us some chitter through an open window.
Okay. Cool. So all right, you guys are all in there.
Rundown.
Would you guys like guns? I have
No.
guns.
No, I have very dire news. It seems that Petra has been taken by the Inquisition. I don't know if you guys know, but the Inquisition, they don't enforce laws. They literally do whatever they want. They don't need evidence. they will take someone for absolutely nothing if they want to. So you guys should be very wary, because I know both of you have associated with Petra in the past. It's likely the Inquisition will come for you as well. So I would suggest you stay very out of sight if possible. I'm not worried for myself because I barely knew Petra, and I have ties with the guards, and I don't think they would come for me. But you two, it might be a different story. And I know that you're good people, and we fought side by side. So I don't want to see you guys taken by the Inquisition. I don't think Petra's still alive. But sometimes they take people to torture them for whatever tidbits of information they have, but most of the time they just kill people. So all the people Petra was treating are dead now. I saw their bodies. So
any of the ones with major infection have been dead. Yesterday there were a couple other people in there for this, that, and the other, but the 3 fully infected people are definitely dead.
Since we fought side by side, I wanted to let you guys know and make you aware of that.
If you think that you're safe, you're kidding yourself. You had dealings with Petra. You took guards down to the sewers with us. They know what we know. You're in as much danger as any of us. And if you think the Inquisition isn't looking at you, you are crazy.
I just shake my head and say, no, I don't think that's possible. I think they
walk up to him and get right in his face and go, listen to me. You don't know what this is like. You barely saw a turned over tent and ran in to get the guards because you had no idea what's going on. This shit has happened to me already before. The Inquisition took my father, claimed he was a magic user, and took him. I have no idea what happened to my father.
You better listen if you
I'm
know what's
fully
good for
aware
you.
of how the Inquisition works around here. And if you think that I don't know as well as you do, or better, you're sorely mistaken.
I was going to tell you, I completely agree with you. I think the Inquisition has way too much power. I've never agreed with, they don't follow laws, and that's what I'm here to do, is to enforce laws. As a guard, I'm not a guard yet right now, technically, but that's what I've dedicated my life to, is enforcement of laws, and they don't even follow any laws, so...
They don't care that you follow laws. They don't have to care. If they see that you've been working with a magic user, all they have to do is say, you used magic. And they'll take you too. So you watch your back, just like you've told us to watch ours.
I'll take that as advisement.
Okay. So, anything from you, Eric?
Yeah, so Maladrin has just been kind of like, you guys were doing your thing. I'm there just like, sip of tea, bite of a scone, sip of a tea. And I'm like, well, as much as I hate to say it, Petra was a useful asset, even if I found her personally deplorable. Acting so much younger than she looks. So old, so vain, so stupid. Old people, what are you going to do? I think that we should first investigate whether she is in fact alive. And then make a plan from there. Depending.
How do you intend to get any information from anybody related to the Inquisition?
With my charismatic and logic demeanor, obviously. Some of us were not born in the streets. We have decorum.
Oh, God.
Is he voicing these things loud? Like, is he actually suggesting we should go try to look into Petra's status?
Yeah.
Is he saying that aloud?
Yeah.
Like, did you not hear what I just told you? I said, the Inquisition is probably looking for you right now actively. Like, if you go looking for her or anywhere near the Inquisition, you're dead. You're just dead.
So Petra and you guys were not the only ones involved in the crimes of magic tampering or whatever that she was taken for. Just putting that out there.
Do they post these things? Like, is there a town center where they're posting on boards about, like, people that have been taken in relation to magic use? Because that seems like something that typically in this kind of scenario they want to scare the public into.
Oh, yeah. No, you're not far off from the truth. So eventually a town crier will come out with small pamphlets. There's a couple of different, essentially news outlets that have different town criers and pamphlets that they print when they come up with things. You can assume, based on the state of her place, that the next wave, this mid-afternoon or so, when the town criers come about in roundabouts, she'll probably be the first bit of news to be popping across the mouths. It just maybe is too early for them to have picked up on it at this point. But now that it's 9:30 pushing into 10, you guys probably are right there. It's very possible that those town criers are going to be shouting from every street corner that Petra the Healer found to be a magic user taken by the Inquisition to see judgment before the Queen. That's a town crier voice. I don't know if you guys have ever heard one before.
Oh, there's going to be an actual trial?
No, to stand judgment.
Oh.
It's just the Inquisition and the Queen work of their own accord. They answer directly to the Queen, and that is all. I mean, they have their own bit of a hierarchy, not dissimilar to a guard hierarchy, but they are an organization to themselves that answers directly to the Queen. They're like her personal magic squelching military. She has them. They'll pull people out for artifacts. They will, suspected magic users. People just disappear. It's very cutthroat. There's not a lot of, once you get in front of the Inquisition, there's two ways out of it: to either destroy any of them that are near and around you, thinking you did it, or run like hell. Either get away. I
wonder how enforced her imprisonment is,
or you could end up dead.
Possible.
I got Pinheaded Nightmare in the chat wants to know, I wonder how enforced her imprisonment is. Is a rescue possible? And he said you should definitely listen to what Elwyn is saying, Eldrick. He said if you know what's good for you, you'll listen to what she's saying. About the Inquisition.
Right.
I said I'd take it under advisement.
It's under advisement. From all intents and purposes, go ahead and all roll your knowledges, your different knowledge. I'll give you different aspects of it, depending on your guys' roles and what you actually would be able to tell.
17 for slums.
For 17 for slums, 12 for the courts, and City Watch 23. So local slums, they're the boogeyman. Of the slums. That really, if somebody winds up missing or dying or is never heard from again, they're the boogeyman, and that is just kind of how you, as a slum dweller, someone raised kind of lower class, essentially, that is something that is how you would label them as really the boogeyman. They aren't not seen, but it seems like a lot of times what's left in their wake is what people find more so than the actual figures themselves. Even though the black chainmail that you saw on the one guy would kind of give you a mind of that is an Inquisition minion of some sort. That is about it. As far as I was going to do 12 for Maladrin, but he had to go make dinner. So Eldrick with a 23 local watch. The guards, as a rule, steer clear because even the guards are not safe from them. Eleni, the warden, the guard captain. Eleni is the captain of the guard. She's the one who answers directly to the queen as well, but she's also in charge of the city's defense and then the city guardsmen. She herself will steer clear of whatever Inquisition stuff that's going on because it's such a sensitive subject and there's so much fear around it. The use of magic has been beaten into you guys as being evil and just the worst outcome of anything possible. So the people who are dealing with those magic users are terrifying in themselves just from years of you guys growing up with that thought process. But you would also know as City Watch that they don't get held. Like the Inquisition isn't putting people that get captured by them in like in the normal prison. They go straight to the dagger board and to a special area that the City Watch itself doesn't typically go.
Okay, well, I mean, I can tell them I know where she might be being held, but
The dagger board is
the
your
dagger board.
yeah. You'd assume if she's still alive, if they haven't finished her, burnt her, beheaded her, whatever they do, no one knows because it's not public. The town criers will know it happens because that information that they've been taken and accused and found guilty of witchcraft or magic use or anything like that definitely happens. And you can get that knowledge, but the actual executions or whatever happens to them, they're just not seen again. And it's not uncommon for that to be the case. I mean, it's not like everybody knows somebody that had it happen, but I mean, in Aelwyn's particular situation, it is a lot closer to that. Someone in the slum, her family member knew it. Anybody she grew up with knew somebody. Like it's like a couple degrees of separations for Aelwyn. As far as the guards go, most of the guards are able to steer clear of the Inquisition just because they stay on the beaten path, and as soon as any kind of magic comes up, they report it to the Inquisition versus try to fight it because they're terrified themselves of the use of magic. Now, as far as the courts go, with the 12, you don't recall any court proceedings, Maladrin, going on in which someone was defending, their status of not being a magic user one way or the other. You don't see you don't remember anything since the times that you were in court, and you essentially grew up as a scribe in the court, learning from your father. Cool. Let it settle in on you guys. Okay.
All right. Well, I can tell you where I'm not going, and that's the dagger board.
You don't want to head straight to the dagger board, beat on the door, and get Petra out? Level 2?
I'm as interested as anybody is in knowing what happens to those that are taken from their homes with little to or no evidence. I don't think anything good happens, and I don't think they're still with us. I don't have a problem investigating what's going on with Petra, but I think we know we're not going to see Petra again.
Well, you guys didn't like her anyway, I thought.
I didn't have a problem with Petra.
At least a couple of you. One of you, sorry. Okay. So, I mean, I assume you voiced just as much to them.
That was all that Aelwyn said. I'm not. Yeah, that was to Eldrick and Maladrin.
Okay.
I'm going to take a look out of whatever window we've got and see if there's any activity out on the streets,
There's
though.
a duty to
See if
save
anything's
her.
changing.
I don't disagree with you, Pinhead. There's a duty to save her, he says in the chat. So roll your perception for looking out the window. Maladrin and all of you guys are right there, but Aelwyn's actively looking.
19 perception.
Osmir just kind of hangs down like outside the window and like tilts his head and chitters at you. Seems like he's in okay spirits, really.
I give him a little pat and bring him in. Give him a hug and hold on to him.
Okay.
And snuggle my buddy.
Okay. Yeah, he comes in. He seems in good spirits. You hear a dog barking out front. And you guys are all kind of just hanging out in there. Not much really going on per se in the building. Do you guys have anything else to say to each other about it? Any other plans to put together as to how you want to go about your day? Anyone else you want to talk to or look for or do anything with?
I think I'm gonna go talk to Petey.
Okay, and are you gonna try to
Um,
find he? And you know he's not a morning night. Like he doesn't do his routine is usually overnights, so he's not gonna be at his station anywhere. Like he's either at his home or maybe the barracks.
Yeah, I guess I'll check the barracks.
I don't feel comfortable letting them in on where they can find me if they need me, but I will make myself available. If anybody needs to reach out to me, I can be found in like what's the closest thing we've got to a town center in the slums?
By the dagger board. I mean, there's the dagger board itself is kind of the town center. In the slums. I mean, essentially the slums, they do have...
A high activity area, like a market area.
Yeah, the Grand Marketplace. The Grand Marketplace feeds into the slums.
Yeah, I'll make myself available there twice a day and let them know that that's where they can find me during this time, during mid-morning and mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll see you when I see you.
We need to get Eldrick.
If you find anything, let me know.
I'll say yes, thank you. And if you need to find me, then I'll be staying at the Rusty Tankard.
So, as I've mentioned a little bit as we've gone on, one thing has been going on is this sickness that's been disrupting the town. So you've had different, boils and pustules and things popping and scales forming and people dying and puking up plaque ichor and things like that have been going on. But something else that's been going on that's been disturbing the populace, maybe even more than sickness, and sickness is kind of rampant in such a packed-in city, is there have been weird magic anomalies, happening, popping sounds or noises or floating items, stuff breaking, lightning strikes, random occurrences of fire, storms, ice, an item turning to jello when it was before wood or stone. Just weird occurrences of strange magic occurrences. As you kind of all file out of the Red Lady, you all come across some popping sounds. It's like, and it starts popping, like making a bunch of different popping noises all about the front of the stairs where you come out.
Staticky?
Like static, and then
Or like actual bubbles?
like loud popping bubbles, but you don't see anything. You just start hearing that noise of like loud popping bubbles, even like a popped balloon occasionally. And the air feels warmer than the cool morning it was. And you hear like the trills of like cicada as if in the woods or something.
I whistle real quick and point up to the roof for Osmir to get, and then I pull my bow.
Okay, he scampers up the roof, and just as he gets to the top and you pull your bow, 3 little blue dudes appear on the ground before you. They look something similar to goblins, but not quite the same as them. As those popping sounds happen, they pop out of those little areas that are popping. They essentially appear from those pops, and the townsfolk squeal and scream and just like run off and get away from them. And let me see. That's not it. That's not it. Where did I put it? Okay, that's not it. There we go. Boop. But yeah, there's 3 of these little dudes that show up and are pretty close to you guys. And they squeal and they go, humans! And roll initiative as they kind of appear near. One appears near the dog. One appears near Eldrick. And one appears kind of on this like boat here. I like that there's like a dry boat in the middle of the slums. And then I'll have you guys roll your initiatives.
Are they goblins?
They are not goblins. They are, in fact, not goblins. I can show you.
How many 3s can I roll in a row? Like that's
you get a lot of them.
What?
You didn't roll perception. You didn't roll your initiative. Oh, you roll perception.
I haven't rolled it.
Oh, okay. You're
My
cool. Just,
I was saying goodnight to Roman.
oh, that's cool.
What did they say?
Do you speak?
Not to their knowledge.
Okay. It wasn't in Goblin.
Undercommon is one of the languages I got.
Okay, it wasn't Undercommon either.
The thing you sent us says that they speak Undercommon.
What?
The might.
Oh yeah, you're right. Undercommon. Okay, I was looking at the wrong place. I was looking at a different thing. Yeah. So they do speak Undercommon, and it basically just said, "Look, we're here with a bunch of stinking fucking humans. Kill them!" And they kind of laugh, and it's they're ready to go. So Might 15 actually starts us off. He's up top, right next to the dog. He's going to use his dagger on the dog and hope for the best. Stupid dog, he says in Undercommon. He just does. Why didn't it? Give me there it is. Okay, so he missed and the dog's fine. The other Might is right there. He is going to throw a dart right at Maladrin. Speckled hair! He misses. The dart flies wide. Eldrick. This and keep in mind, this little dude is not very big. Like
magic.
He's pretty. Yeah, don't use magic. He says in the chat. Probably not a bad idea. He's pretty little. I mean, they're a little bit smaller than a halfling or a goblin. They're all blue. They seem like little weirdos for sure. They don't seem like they're super tough. But they could be very annoying easily, and they might be drawing a little bit of attention to you guys as well, because the people in the slums have cleared out, but you hear... no, you don't hear anything yet. Eldrick.
Okay. I'm going to attack with my Gladius and use Vital Strike. I think I should be able to get this to work. Oh. That's a miss.
You swing your Gladius towards him, and you hear that popping sound, and when you finish your swing, the sword is gone. It's almost like it got ate by a bubble of askew energy or some kind of portal or something opened right as you're about to strike him. You're like, bringing it down. And it goes, pow, and explodes, and your Gladius just gets swallowed up by it. And like it's sucked. Like you feel it yanked from your hand forcefully. And the around you crackles with kind of a stagnant energy.
So my Gladius is gone.
Your Gladius is gone. It was just a basic Gladius, but yeah, it is beyond gone at this time. You have a move left. You have a swift action.
What's a swift action?
I don't know.
I'll pull out my greatsword, I guess.
There you go. You could pull your other weapon out. That's fine. And then Aylwin.
I think Aylwin is surprised by the fact that she can understand these things.
Mm-hmm. You thought that it was you and your dad's own private language, and all of a sudden these little blue guys show up and start screaming in it? That's how I see it, right? Like
I just think that these things look fucking wild, and there's no way I should be able to understand them. So I just go, what the fuck? And pull an arrow back and loose it at the one that's trying to attack the dog.
Okay.
Boom. Let's go.
I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if this isn't enough.
17 to hit.
That does hit, indeed.
5 damage. That's all I got.
It is -4 to violent fire into melee, though. So
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Are you
no,
sure?
It's not. I have precise shot.
Oh, that's right. I love that for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, gotta keep you on your toes.
Yep. Okay, that's my turn because Oswin's gonna stay up on the out of the way.
All right, Maladrin.
Okay. Okay. I am going to... let's just start slow. Start easy. I will pull out my sling. And we're just going to test the waters here. And attack might number 2 with my sling.
Oh my god! It was almost a 20. It's hard to see because your green is hard to read. That was so close to the 2, though, huh? The 2 crew.
That was the 2.
Shout out to the 2 crew, y'all.
Yep. Little NADPOD reference. Okay, so that, are you going to move or do anything?
No.
The dog is going to bite at the one that keeps attacking it. He's going to try to get it. A 12 hits.
Yes!
And it did 2 damage, but it was resisted down to 0. So the dog manages to get it in its mouth, and the mite's just standing there with its jaws around it. Stupid dog! And mite number 1 is going to be right here on Mr. Ashenheart there. 14 is going to miss. His little dagger just dings against your armor to no avail. Osmir's right there, and we're back to the top for mite 15, who is going to throw a... Oh, he's not going to throw it out. He's going to attack the dog that's got him in his mouth. Yeah. Missing the dog. You can't really do much with the dog trying to bite him. Mite 2 is has 2 plus 2 cover being in this boat here. He's going to throw a dart at Maladrin and miss. Eldrick. Oh, Eldrick, also roll a will save.
Alright.
The disappearing of your sword was the closest to magic you've ever been. And it directly affected you. I need a 12.
Which one is this? Wisdom?
Wisdom. So, yeah, it's wisdom. So it's on your sheet. It's on the bottom right. It'll be under will.
Will. Oh, okay, there it is. I found it. Yeah,
Okay.
16.
You're a little thrown off by it, but not perplexed enough to be like shocked. You're not like stunned by this, but it is the closest you've come. You feel dirty. Just based on your teachings.
Alright, I'm gonna try my great sword against this mite.
I only had him roll that because it basically touched him.
Oh, crit.
Confirmed too.
Confirmed
Whoop.
crit. Okay.
That'll
So
overcome the
way this
damage
should
reduction.
work.
Holy cow.
Night, you. Night.
It's not supposed to do that much, but he was gonna be dead.
So you guys are sitting here. You can describe it if you want, Tim. Yeah, it's all you. He's toast.
Yeah, I tried to hit him with my Gladius at first, thinking like this tiny little thing is barely gonna take anything. And my Gladius just disappears out of nowhere. I'm just like, is this a magical creature? What is this? What's going on here? So I pull out my greatsword and it's like, this is definitely gonna kill him. And it just slits him in half, like vertically in half.
Directly in half. Nothing left. He's a blood mist by the time you're done with him with that giant sword. Anything? Are you gonna move or anything?
Yeah, I guess I'll get up on this. Other mite.
Okay. And now that Eldrick's went, Eldrick, on the end of your turn, you will hear the all too familiar sound of the guards' whistles from about 6 blocks away, which gives you probably 4 turns before they're actually here. Whether that's comforting news or not so comforting news, considering your already potential alliance with a magic user, I'm not here to say. I'm just letting you know where this things lie as it is.
Okay, I'm going to shoot this mite with my arrow again, and then kill it, and then I'm gonna whistle at the dog and give him try to get him to go.
Which way?
Away. Get out of here.
Yeah, any direction? Or you're whistling and pointing, but which way?
Down
This way?
towards the other way. Nope. That's past the more. Yeah, he's going that way.
Okay, give me an animal handling.
15.
He gets to right here, but he looks back and sits down.
And then I'm going to make my move to GTFO. I'm thinking. Oh, okay. I'm thinking. Let me ping it instead of moving. Back down this alley, and then I'm going to work my way up to the rooftops.
Okay, well, we'll get you here with your first move.
That's fine. I will.
Yeah.
Also, yell at the guys and say, "I'm gonna have to see you around."
Not gonna stick around for this.
I'm gonna have to see you around. I'm not gonna be here when the guard shows up. And I get to getting.
Okay, and that was your turn, and we're back to Maladrin.
Yeah, I'm gonna just attack this guy again. That seems like a good idea. Yes, I'm gonna move over. Yeah, like right here. Start kind of following. Her exit strategy there seems like a good idea.
And then it's not, you're not shooting past Eldrick, so I'll just do the -2 for the boat he's in. You missed anyway. Okay.
Okay, as expected. There we go.
The dog, seeing you go off that way, he kind of whimpers, wants to come back that way, remembers what you said a little bit, and continues on.
If I was going this way, I would have let him come my way. I didn't know which direction I was headed yet.
It's all right. And then Osmir is traveling with you back to the top for the might. He is going to attack Eldrick. He says something to you, Eldrick. 17 is going to hit. Just jumps at you with his dagger and manages to get into your... You take 1 damage. And it's your turn.
I roll.
Good.
Does he say anything of value? Do I need to roll perception?
I mean, you can. He says, "You're not gonna do it."
Yeah, I'm just gonna use Vital Strike on him again.
What's Vital Strike?
It basically makes it so I don't have any penalty to attacking, but I get to basically roll twice as many dice. It doesn't affect the +6 I get for the normal, the bonus damage, but I just get to roll twice as many. So I get 4d6 instead of 2d6.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
17 damage.
Again, just destroys this thing. It was very fragile in comparison to what you're maybe used to. But yeah, so you guys take the mites out. They're totally smoked. And then those two have ran down the alley a bit. Are you going to follow, or?
Yeah, I'll follow them because I'm remembering what Aelwyn told me in the brothel, and I'm thinking, well, you know what? I guess every time I've seen any guard do anything with magic, they go straight to the Inquisition, and those aren't the people I want to talk to right now. So.
All right, so the lot of you slide off into the alleys and disappear into the slums. Aelwyn, you said you didn't want to take them back to your actual one of your hideout or your actual spot. So
No, I'm gonna jump up and take the rooftops anyway. They can. I don't imagine Eldrick runs quietly, so I'm going to separate myself from the loud man and do my quiet rooftop flight.
Okay. Perfect. So you're leaving them behind.
I don't necessarily have to leave them behind. I don't know where I was headed so much as I really kind of don't even want to leave. I would like to figure out what the flip just happened.
You've not seen these little blue creatures before either. None of you have. They had a slightly goblinoid look, but they did not appear to be goblins. They were blue. They were slightly smaller. The language they're speaking didn't sound goblinese. It sounded almost commonish.
I'd like to get far enough away to not really be, I want to get far enough away that nobody's really looking out for me, but I'd kind of still like to be able to see what happens when they show up.
Okay, for our intents and purposes, this is... Oops. That is the red lady.
Okay.
So you guys have ran down this alley and went this way. The brown roofs, like the red lady, are 2 stories. The red ones are 1 stories with a basement. The blue ones are 3 stories.
Okay. Do I have proficiency?
Hmm?
Do I have proficiency in this?
In what?
I don't know, in doing this whole rooftop glide
It's just
thing.
acrobatics.
Okay. I do. I am not proficient.
You have...
It's not a top skill, I mean.
Yeah.
Whatever that's called in this.
Yeah, all the differences.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you guys are. You're up there. Are you gonna go back somewhere to get a better view? And then Maladrin and Eldrick, what's your guys' plan? Like, are you gonna wait and watch too, or do you want to try and see what's going on? Or are you gonna go somewhere else?
Before I jump up on the roof with Osmir, I'll game plan with them instead of just disappearing.
Great. So as we're walking, I'm going to be like, I was thinking about Matt and Mark and Manny and the sewer crew that I had put together there. And I could see something where, if we could arm them and pay them a living stipend every day if they meet a certain quota of rats, we could use the rat hides to sell to a leather worker to basically pay for their own wages. And then once we see to this plague thing and get that kind of wrapped up, we could even use that rat meat, as a food source. So I think as far as planning ahead, towards an economic future, I really think investing in rats,
Street meat.
could be solid.
I'm not sure I've ever wanted to buy anything made out of rat leather.
Not the rat leather.
That's on me for thinking that this was going to be some sort of working thing that we could all benefit from. I'm just gonna go, I think.
She's like, all right, good luck with your rats, and climbs back up top of your...
I don't know how you don't see that those guys are probably the reason we're in this mess.
She looks over the top of the building and yells down, I don't see how you don't get it.
I'm just planning ahead for the future.
Okay, well, let's get away. Let's get away from
say those guys probably got taken up with Petra.
maybe.
Well, now what?
I'm just gonna get away.
I mean, he's
I
good.
don't want to talk to these guys right now.
Sounds like your companions are fleeing the scene of the might crime.
Yeah, no, I was saying that as we're walking, walking and talking.
Okay.
Talking about the future of rats.
So he's just following you around, Eldrick. You guys are like going this way. Like it's like you're just walking through the slums to get kind of away from the scene, and he's just following you around, and he comes up with like 6 or 8 different ways to like profit from rat meat and rat leather, and like how you can fund this organization of rat beaters across the city to essentially not only clear out the rats to help stifle the disease, but also to help feed the starving populace. He's like, yeah, he says things like, and as you know, I'm a bleeding heart for the lower man. I'm always trying to help. And like, which is completely contrary to everything you've witnessed, but like he doesn't see that he's completely contrary to everything you've witnessed, and he's very full of the idea of that he is actually, in fact, quite helpful. And maybe he has been in the past. It's just hard to tell. Oh.
Yeah, honestly,
He's like, no, I
does
haven't.
does not care about helping poor people. He just doesn't care at all. So, like, he's like, oh yeah, I guess you did help that one guy once.
And then we have Elwin, you and Osmir are able to get over here to this. You'll see that eventually 2 different sets of city guards, squadrons, 4 and 4, each do show up and appear around the bodies. Instantly, though, they back away from these little blue thing bodies that are splattered across the ground where you guys have slayed them. And then 2 from each side cordon off the area. 2 go into the Red Lady, and then 2 other ones leave the scene. About an hour goes by, and the two of you have been walking to get away, and she's kind of just there hanging out. We're right around 11 a.m. now, the same day.
Can we have headed towards we're vaguely near the market district?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, can we kind of go that direction?
Of course. So you guys, you're gonna head that way. I don't know. Are you gonna go with him, Eldrick, at this point?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so you guys are heading towards the market. You'll get to the market around the time these guys show back up with a hooded character and a black chainmail, with a black cloak on, comes to the area. You hear some screaming and yelling from inside the Red Lady. After the black cloaked individual goes in, you hear some screaming and yelling from in there. It's not words so much as like fear-wrought screams. And then he comes out dragging the buxom lady that had gifted the crumpets to Maladrin and throws her on the ground before the guards. And
Those were scones.
They were scones. She called them crumpets. She's not very well educated. But he throws her down before the guards, who seize her and take her away. And then he shovels up the 3 blue imps and stuffs them in a like medium-sized sack and kicks dirt on their stained blood space. Looks over his shoulder, spits on the ground. You can't see his face from on high. His cloak is pulled low. Spits on the ground, kicks dirt at the establishment, and walks away. 2 of the ladies of the night that work there, as he's like leaving, kind of peek out. You can see one peek out a window and one peek out another, like a second-story window. So 2 different ones, downstairs and upstairs window. You see him peek out just through the curtains a little bit. You don't see their faces, but you see someone looking out onto the street as the lady's dragged away screaming. And then you guys will be arriving at the Grand Market right around that same time. It's not too far. It's less than a half-hour walk. The city itself is about 5 miles by 5 miles, roughly 50 to 60,000 people, depending on the time of year and the plagues. What is your plan at the market, and do you have any response for a plan? Is there anyone else you guys are going to try and seek out and talk to? There are not a lot of places to go, because like Eldrick, you're estranged from your family due to the incident with the guards. Maladrin, you're estranged from your father because you just hate him. He's kind of old.
My dad's dead.
Exactly.
He died.
Super old.
You should read my backstory.
I read it. I just didn't believe it. I feel like he faked his own death to get away from you. But he might not have.
Dang. Okay. I mean, whatever. Pull from what you know.
Pull from what you know. I did read that, but I had him alive. But you changed it. That's fine. He could be dead. So yeah, yours is dead. Your places to go. One of them just got ate up. And then Elwyn, I know you've kind of pulled yourself away from society for the most part. a lot of your even old like slum kicking around the alley friends, you've pulled yourself apart from as well. Besides working at the stable and hanging out with Osmir, none of you really have a huge network of allies to fall back on at this time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out with Maldron, see what he has to say. I mean, he's a.
I'm gonna actually head to the market area too, because I know that that's where they'll show up if they're looking for me. Since we talked about that before, but they need to know that the Inquisition just came and took somebody out of the Red Lady, and we know that nobody in the Red Lady did anything. I mean, we also know the Inquisition is corrupt AF, but, you know, it's worth letting Maladrin know that he probably, I don't know, shouldn't go back.
Is there anything, you guys will have probably 15 minutes at the marketplace before she shows up to find you and tell you that, hey, maybe you shouldn't go back. Was there anything you wanted to do before she shows up to tell you as much?
Yeah, I want to go talk to the like the leather armor maker here.
Okay.
And so what are my options for armor here? I only see I see wooden armor and quilted cloth armor.
What shop are you in?
What? Oh, I was just looking at in the items. You have one shop. There's one shop.
I just populated the other one.
That is expensive. I don't have 25 gold. Okay. How's it going?
It's going well. So the leather worker's den is Celine Marsh is the owner. She's a tanner. She's a robust woman in her late 30s. She has strong hands, not much for nonsense. She has dark hair tied back with a leather cord. She has freckles in her face from being spent outside a lot. She's wearing practical clothing suitable for her trade. It's a family business. Her father died and she took over, not unlike many others. She can do regular everyday items, but she also can do custom armor pieces for you.
Okay. I'll be like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Maladrin Velcaris. This is my associate, Eldrick. I was interested in this leather armor here that you have 35 sets of, casually.
He's like flipping through the sets. I see there's quite a few here.
Yeah. So I don't have. It look like I am a little short on gold here. Let me ask you this. How much do you value a rat hide versus probably like the hide of like a dire rat?
She seems a little confused, to say the least. She kind of shakes her head at you. I don't know. How big is that?
A rat's about like yay, and then a dire rat's probably more like a dog. I'm sure you've used dogs for leather before. It's pretty common here in the city.
I mean, it just depends. I try not to speak of my craft too much, or these trade secrets, as you were, but I've never worked with any rats large enough to be of use for any kind of my work, really. I mean, if you brought me a dire rat carcass the size of a dog and is in good shape, I'd be worth a few coins, I imagine.
Okay, well, so I have here. It looks like
a few ember notes.
Six gold coins. I would like maybe a leather armor today, and then I can bring you a pile of rats tomorrow, and we'll just kind of work it out, and we'll see where it takes us. I'm going to be in a situation where we're coming into a lot of rats. Eldrick, tell her about the rats.
Just-
There are a lot of rats. There are big rats. They are also very diseased rats. I'm not sure if they'd be good for making armor.
Oh, don't never have the guy who tells the truth every single time speak up in a moment of trying to negotiate with the leather maker.
I assure you that the hides are the highest of quality. If anything, the slight mutations make them more durable. I assure you, these are virile rats. I think that's the right word.
Yeah, I think diplomacy is in order here, or deception. Is deception not a thing?
Okay.
Bluff.
I could do either one. No, these are our. We're going with diplomacy because these are absolutely
You believe it. You believe. Okay.
quality rats.
Yeah, you believe it. I get it.
Why these threes? Why do they curse me?
The 3 Cree. Yeah, I just don't know that rats are really what I'm looking for. If you brought me one and it was in pristine shape, I could see what I could do with it. But I don't know that I could give away some work that I've worked hard at for only 6 gold and a promise of rats, as I've never seen you before. And you look like a nice enough guy. Your boots are nicer than most people who come in here. However, that doesn't, alleviate the fact that it still costs what it costs, and rats aren't known for being the toughest of hides. Your friend seems to agree with me. She looks to Eldrick like, not the greatest of hides, am I right?
I'm just gonna shrug and say I wouldn't know.
I'm not much of an armorer.
By the way, we didn't split up the stuff we found last week, so you guys can add 10 copper and 4 silver.
Mm.
I forgot to split it for us.
Well, more money in the bank. That's still not enough for this armor. Okay, well, okay. I'm going to get you a sample of the merchandise. That is something. So it's I think that you're going to be, yeah. This is going to work. You're going to like this. Don't you worry.
Okay, well, I look forward to learning more about this. That's something I'm quite familiar with.
All right. Eldrick, let's get on out of here then.
All right, everybody can do perception checks, and I'll see who sees who first. Highest one gets the first view. If I just need above 10 to notice, but L1, you're definitely going to see them coming out of there. Oh yeah, you guys all are able to find each other in the marketplace. Let's get together in the marketplace. Osmir's on your shoulder. These guys here, come here. And you guys meet up.
I have my hood up, like, way over my face. But I do run into them and let them know. After you guys left, the guards showed up, immediately called the Inquisition. Inquisition showed up, took a lady out of the Red Lady, and cleaned up the mess and walked off with her screaming behind. So, probably not a great place to hang anymore. Probably not going to be real happy. I don't know if they think we had anything to do with it, but one of the girls got took.
Yeah, that's great, dear. Eldrick and I had a great business meeting. We have somebody on the hook for some of these rat hides, and it is looking up.
You're a horrible person, aren't you? Don't you like live there? You don't
No,
like
not
it didn't
anymore.
occur to you that someone you knew just got like obviously wrongly taken by the Inquisition, and you want to talk about your business decisions?
Oh, you are so right. And I reach into my bag and I pull out another scone. I was like, I still have some of those scones. I am going to have
Trying to
to.
look back if the lady ever saw him.
I think.
Did I meet eyes with her? Did she see me closely enough to identify me?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. She very easily could have seen you guys. You did go in and, enter his room and everything. Let's go ahead. I'll just roll here. High or low? Each. High for Tim. High for Megan. What'd you say? And obviously Eric. She saw Eric. So you're pretty sure she at least got a glimpse of you guys, if not a full-on good dead-ass look.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
realization fully washes over Aelwyn, whereas before she really just didn't like Maladrin because he just left us. He was a coward. But now it's clear that, holy moly, this is worse than she thought.
I'll take a bite of my
She's going to spell it out and remind him that he cannot go back.
But I'm sure she's not going to say anything.
She's 100% going to say something.
Probably say all kinds of things, maybe even things that are untrue, but it doesn't matter.
They don't even know what
is just doing whatever she needs to do for money. You think that one little, like, the Inquisition showed up and you think she's not gonna sing like a fucking bird?
Fine, we will grab her when we get Petra, but still, I'm interested in these rats now, so we have that going.
Are you gonna go back in the sewer to get your carcass? Is that your plan?
Well, I'm gonna go find Matt, Mark, and Manny.
Okay.
And we will get the ball rolling on the Enterprise, certainly.
All right. You having picked up
Matt, be traveling with them.
You're not going to travel with them?
I'm going to travel behind them.
Okay.
But I won't be traveling as part of their group.
Okay. Well, Maladrin, you would know where Mike, Mark, Manny, and Mick and Mike, Mark, Manny, and Mick. Mike, Mark, Manny, and Mick. Yeah, you would know where they were. Mike and Mick were the only two left, I think.
No, Mick is the one that immediately got died.
Oh, so is Mark and Mike left? So you would know kind of a general idea where you found them at least. Any thoughts from you, Eldrick, before I continue? I don't want to push too far forward if you got something on your mind.
Yeah, I'll follow along with Aldrin for right now. I'm not really interested in the rat business, but I have time to kill until I need to.
This paranoia has to be seeping in a little bit. Like it's got to be seeping in a little bit, right? Like something in your brain is starting to go, oh shit. Like.
Yeah, it's I definitely don't like the situation I'm in right now. Because I'm starting to suspect that maybe this lady that got taken might be able to identify me. That's certainly why she got taken is because they want to know who dealt with the magic, or
who done it,
who was involved with the magic, or who killed the monsters at least, right? Because there was no one there.
Something. So
pretty sure that's why.
Figure it out.
So anything that she does know, they'll find. So yeah, I'm concerned about that. But
okay, so you guys are able to figure out exactly where Manny and Mike, their brothers, they live together, where they live, and the door is slightly ajar and busted. You open the door and you can see there is clearly a struggle. There's blood on the ground in globs. There's broken just household things all over the place. You can see quite a struggle went on here, and there's too much blood on the ground for both of them to probably still be alive unless they managed to get a blow in on whoever their captor was.
I'm going to look around the room.
Okay.
Do I see any of the gear that I bought, though?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There is a little bit of it laid around here.
He's just there to collect his gear.
I'll scavenge some of that, and I'm going to be like, guys, this is awful. This is a setback.
Alright, you can address Eldrick by himself, because I definitely did not go in when I saw the door was busted. I'm across the street, down the block, my friend.
I'll say, yeah, it looks like your rat empire is crumbling before your eyes.
It's so bad. Eldrick, I got an amazing deal on this gear, and I just like take a few deep breaths, like gather this stuff up. I'm like, well, I don't even know if I want to save them. The list of people that we're going to have to bust out of the Inquisition hands to get this operation going are just, at this point, this is just like, I'll like snap my fingers a few times, like anti-competitive. I don't even know, but this is just
Anti-rat beaters.
it's not. This is no good. This is no good at all.
Inside the home, you guys do find 12 copper pieces, 6 silver pieces, and 1 gold. 300 foot of rope. A few like travel packages, like 3 of them. They look like they. It's like a hard tack essentially that they've got wrapped up in these like paper bags. You also find there's plenty of like wood stools and chairs and a table. There is like a few like normal work around the house kind of tools, like a screwdriver and a hammer. There's like 2 crowbars. There's a bunch of different like commoner clothes sets and boots and sandals. And there's go ahead and give me an investigation real quick, or is it just perception? I have to remember the different game styles here. Let's see, is there actually
I think
investigation?
it's just perception.
Okay, let's just do a perception then. Inside the building here, if you're inside. 15, okay, and looks like Eldrick went in as well. But 15 is the winner. You do find a small chest with a will in it that has both their names on it, Manny and Mike, or Mike and Mark. And it says, everything is to be left to their brother Marty, who is their younger brother. He does not live here, but his brother Marty, you never heard of him personally, but Marty is to take over their residence as well as anything left behind.
Marty went.
Huh? No, it's Manny, Mark, Mike, and Mick. Manny, Mark, Mike, and Mick is who went. Marty's the brother that wasn't there. There's also inside there a silver ring with a blue gem in it, and a gold plain necklace, like just the chain. You'll want to write those down because I said it and have forgotten it, unless you remind me.
Okay. I got it. Gold chain, necklace, and a golden ring with a blue gem.
A silver ring with a blue gem.
Silver.
Silver. Nickel and diamond me over here, whatever. Silver. Ring with a blue gem. Okay. Inventory. I don't care about the will. I'm just going to leave it.
About the will? Okay.
Okay. Well, what do you think?
Did you guys
Should we go
guys
see if
leaving?
Manny's alive, or
Once they come out of the house, I'll kind of walk up with them and say, "Let me guess, gone." Struggle.
No, he was there. He just didn't want to come with us. I'm going to roll deception.
Bluff.
Whatever.
Almighty.
Regardless of how he rolls there, I'm going to immediately tell her the truth.
I love that for us.
Yeah, I wasn't worried.
That didn't matter. No.
This that one is great.
You
It
can
comes
just tell
blatant
that
sarcasm.
I was not.
It's too
Yeah, I think I'm going to go look for Petey next, because he could be in trouble.
fantastic.
He's my buddy.
He was. He's somebody you've known pretty well. And the guards have different barracks set up throughout the city. It's not just like one barrack to rule them all. They've got different live-in quarters that they're able to stay in on their on shift. Think of the guardsmen's shifts more like a firefighter. It's like 3 on, 2 off, 2 on, 3 off, things like that. So they'll stay at the barracks in the different quarters of the city at times. The one that PD and the other 3 guards you guys picked up is the same one for all intents and purposes as the rest of them. Here, let me go ahead and just share that with you. And lo and behold, not surprisingly, you get to the barracks, and you see that the barracks are in disarray. There are many more papers and wanted signs and items scattered throughout, books and briefcases covered and wrapped, shields on different things. There's barrels, there's weapons, there's a mace, a longsword, a couple of hand axes, a studded club, and there's like a bunch of shields as well, a bunch of spears, a bunch of bows and arrows, like crossbows with bolts, and then just a ton of different documentation, scrolls and writs and things laying all around. Again, Elwyn, you're not going in?
No. This one I will take a look around before we head in, and as long as it doesn't look like there's people actively watching us go in, then I will.
The city's kind of busy, but it seems once again the people are kind of steering away from this particular barrack. Inside, though, you do find.
What if we, instead of just going in the front door, maybe went around and crawled? No.
Wait, was there any leather armor in here?
There's one set of leather armor that was set off to the side as it was a child's. They were chain or even breastplate as guards.
Can I grab that? Can I get that leather armor?
Yep, you could have the leather armor.
I'm taking it.
It is not made of rat hide, though. We can't all be winners here.
You don't know it's not rat hide.
Pretty sure it's labeled.
I'm gonna hold it up and I'm gonna ask.
It's
I'm gonna
just
ask.
premium rawhide cow hide, right on the inside, stamped.
Dang it!
One day.
Pretty impressive for a city that doesn't have.
They have some. They have a little.
Sure.
They have some. That's what the urban farming areas are.
Yeah.
It's hard pressed, but it's there. That's why the protein paste is so well traveled. But you wanted to go through a window or something, but it sounds like the boys just kind of went in the front door.
Away from it, and we just decide to walk in. That looks weird.
Yeah.
I'd rather find someplace where maybe people are also not around for me to just jump in through a window instead of going in through the front door.
Yeah, I'd be down for a hide, and then a perception, and then from the guys a little perception too. I got the 13 for perception on the original approach for you, Ilwyn.
The 24 stealth.
Pretty good. So you didn't see anything too out of sort for you there, Elwyn, but you did manage to hide real nice too and sneak into a awning window that leads to the one of the back rooms where there's a couple of barrels of something for their kitchen, maybe some wheat and barley, or we're not sure. You have to open them up, find out. And there's just a few other kind of normal household items in this back closet you bust into. No one expects people to break into the barracks. It's just not it's not a good idea. So it's not something people are worried about. They're not locking the door, worried about people breaking in to rob the guardsmen. Let's see, Maladrin with a 17. You find that leather armor. Eldrick with an 11.
Sorry.
This place is in disarray. You as a guardsman yourself in training would know. You would know that this is not how guardsmen live. It's tight corners and relatively military precision is the way you were trained your entire time. So it's definitely a battle happened here. You guys are kind of kicking stuff, kicking a box here, looking under some papers, just kind of looking around what the hell happened? And Osmir comes dragging over from the elbow down a guardsman's arm. And he's holding it, kind of gnawing on part of it, and he looks up at you with blood on his lips, and he smiles
Release.
Animal handle, because he likes it and he hasn't eaten much today.
22.
He begrudgingly but willingly at the same time, like he's like, ugh, but fine. He like puts it down and kind of scampers away, leaving like bloody raccoon prints away from it. But there, if you guys are collecting things at all, there's a long sword, a mace, a studded club, which is just a club essentially, with an extra 1 on the damage, and then there's like 10 heavy crossbows and easily a 200 bolts. Take your fill. But obviously, if you're carrying 6 crossbows out of here, you're gonna look, suspicious. You don't have bags of holdings.
Yeah, none of that sounds like stuff that I'm interested in, personally.
The longsword could replace your gladius, though, if you wanted to, Eldrick. I mean, it kind of...
Yeah, I'll strap the longsword to my belt.
And then there's shields in here as well. There isn't any major armor, just that leather armor he found. There are a lot of books and scrolls and old wanted posters, some of the newer wanted posters. There's a few different, packages wrapped with books on it, almost like case files or something. But there's that stuff scattered all over. And you can see this was a full-on battle. This was a real battle in here.
Right. So can I follow the trail? Obviously, he drugged that arm out. Can I follow the trail from where the arm came from and maybe, like, I don't know, see if it was still near a body?
Yeah, that's right. There isn't a body in here, but you guys are able to toss this place left and right. There's no bodies, just that arm was the only piece of actual physical evidence of their demise or being taken. And then just all the torn up room. At this point, I assume Eldrick's starting to realize exactly how up the creek he might be. Like, he's like, oh, they took the guards. Because first they came for these people, then they came for those people, and now they're coming for me kind of thing. Hopefully this is settling into your brain as to exactly how shit up creek you are.
Do I recognize any of the faces on the new wanted posters?
Roll knowledge
is there
slums. Knowledge slums.
Sure.
You do knowledge guards on it too. Town hall would work, but you can try. You recognize Galen the heretic as the old man you saw in Petra's that was talking about the old gods. I think session 1 is when you guys ran across him. You kind of came in. You didn't recognize him at the time, but holding up this kind of vaguely sketched wanted poster is definitely of him. Wanted for being a blasphemer and beseeching the old gods instead of Vontaria or Vontaran. So he's wanted as a heretic to be burnt or taken to the dagger board to be brought before the queen. There's also like a silhouette image, and it says Stelios, the smuggler on it, known for trafficking illicit and magical items. A 20 gold piece reward for his knowledge of his whereabouts. That's the more that you've seen. Even the heretic was only 5 gold reward for Brigid, like having any information about him. Besides that, let me think. Who else is there? That might make sense. No. There's another silhouette image that doesn't show who it is. It says Alexios, the thief, so is also wanted. There is a 25 gold piece reward for the finding of his whereabouts. Rumored to be the head of the Thieves Guild here in the city. All right, let me go ahead and get everybody to roll another perception check.
$16.
20.
Okay, you guys hear...
And a dirty 20 from Osmir.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I think this is it. You guys can probably hear this. Can you hear this in Discord or no?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not it. Shoot. Hold tight. That's not what I wanted. So essentially, you guys hear kind of echoing through the grand marketplace and often towards the barracks. You hear the strumming of a lute and the thumping of a drum as two of the town minstrels start to sing the propaganda bullshittery songs of Queen Victoria, talking about her epic reign and her family's lineage and how she has been, has been the saving grace of the city and how she is the only way towards the. There we go. Here we go. She's the only way to like really.
It's expecting something a bit more acoustic.
Yeah, it doesn't really listen when I say that as much. This might be better. It's super quiet for me, but you guys it's probably loud for you guys, isn't it?
Not particularly. It's quiet. Oh, loud.
Yeah. Okay. So this basically you guys hear these traveling
Way
two
louder
bards.
than you.
Huh?
Can't hear you anymore.
All right. Well, you hear this jam session of these two bards walking the streets of the Grand Marketplace, singing the Queen's praise. The lyrics are things of basically just talking about how well she's done. It says so. If the first verse is from the heart of Sumnyr, where the banners fly high. Our Queen leads with honor, her vision in the sky. With justice and with strength, she guards our sacred land. In her wisdom, we find peace. By her laws, we stand. And they it just gets worse. Like I won't go through the whole deepness of it, but it's like, it's blatant propaganda, and they are 100% fine with it. Feel free to roll your knowledges to know if you would know who this singer is. Maladrin, you know him well. Rhys Silverstrings Varen is like essentially the most well-known singer and performer in town, and it's someone you've sat along, in these courtly dinners and things at one point or another with your father years ago when he was still a very young bard getting his songs beneath him. He came on the scene and performed directly for the Queen's upper echelon of people, like her city council and things. He would perform at their meals and whatnot. He's a human. He's kind of handsome, but he wears gaudy, bright colored clothing, and he only ever sings about the Queen. Let me see.
Come on. So I will remind everybody that I am very young. Like, my character is like 18 probably, so I'm gonna have zero chill, even though we've been pursued by people, and I'm just gonna be like, Joe Silverstring! I'm just gonna like wave at him from across, like, yeah, what up, man?
Okay.
Love you, bro.
So he's out in the crowd a bit, and you guys are in the barracks, so you're gonna hear his music and go up and get to him.
I'll pop open the window in the barracks. We'll pop it open. I'm excited.
So you're
doing that from inside the barracks?
Yeah, I'm gonna pop open the window. I'll be like, is that Silverstring out there?
That doesn't sound realistic.
Can I combat maneuver? Can I do something to keep him from doing that?
Yeah, I normally try not to PvP, but in this instance, pure idiocracy has to come into play here. The fact that you're standing over like a bloody guardsman's arm in a tousled guard chamber, and you're like summoning witnesses, you have advantage as well.
I like wave with the arm out the window. Hey, bro!
I fucking hate you.
I'm gonna go with he doesn't do that.
He does not do that.
Eric might do that, but Maladrin, for all
that.
of his other problems, is actually pretty smart.
what am I rolling? What did I get?
Just a combat maneuver to
Cool.
essentially trip him and pull him down.
A 15.
What's your combat maneuver defense? Oh my god! So yeah, I mean, you could get some of that going. I put him in the thing so you guys can see what exactly I'm talking about. 100%, like, you know, stupid hat, sweet hair, you know, giant smile, you know, the stupid neck collar thing, and bejeweled as it gets, and fancy tunic. Oh, okay. So she jumps across the table and tries to grab you as you're like reaching the arm out the awning window. And she like grabs you and pulls your pants down just a little bit and slides and hits the floor. And then just from the side, Eldrick just full on tackles you. Like his steel like shoulder pad goes into your gut, knocking the wind out of you, and the arm falls out the window and hits the ground.
Oh, no, that was Silverstring. I know him.
Need we remind you that we are probably being investigated as part of this? If you're going to draw attention to yourself, if you're going to draw attention to yourself, do it on your own damn time.
Okay, so it's become grossly apparent that the streets above have been... Anybody who's touched this dire rat, bat, and croc situation at this point has been like scooped up by, you're pretty sure, the Inquisition, which at least one of you has a healthy understanding of exactly what that means. The other one of you is coming around to it as you're noticing your crony guardsmen have been snatched up, which you didn't think would ever happen. And then maybe eventually Maladrin, I don't know who we need to have snatched up in front of you for this to matter, but Mick and Manny died down below, and Mike and whichever two are still left have been taken. You're only 2 rat beaters for the guild. The guild at this point is in the dirt. So your rat quandary and your desire to build this rat beater guild is very, very stagnant right now, considering all the members have been either deceased or, taken. Minus the guildmaster.
So, can I roll like a slums maybe to find... I obviously don't want to go back to the stables right now.
Right.
Mostly because I don't want anything to happen to my man that runs the stables.
Sure. Because he's always been good to you.
Yeah. I mean, he's, as far as people go, he's people.
He's a person.
He's definitely a person. So maybe like I know of some place we can squat.
Yeah. Give me $1 to local. You need like a 14. You're pretty sure there's a couple of empty buildings in the slums. You just haven't had to find one in so long because of your kind of neat little
I'm a
roof
little
fort.
flustered by this whole thing happening over here.
You might even be in shock. That was blatant. Let me roll. Let me just see if Riz sees him.
I need to get out of here.
You guys lucked out. Okay. Yeah. No one comes in. You didn't notice anyone show up. Are you gonna go back out the window you came in?
I mean, if that's the most discreet way to get out.
Yeah, there's really only a front door and then 3 windows. There's like a front window, the front door, this basement window that you came in that came to the storage unit there, and then there's another one on the top story. And it's not a very big place. The barracks holds sleep 6. Huh?
Did we go upstairs?
Yeah, that is all part of the search you guys did.
Okay.
This is just the best room. The one downstairs was the most ransacked. Upstairs was just the 6 beds and some empty chests, and then just...
Okay. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
It's like a common area up there where all the rotating guards end up staying.
Sure. Honestly, at this point, I don't have... I don't have an idea of where we go. And the only thing in my brain right now, Nat 1, is I don't know, maybe we could potentially, I don't know, the goblin camp? Down in the sewers? I got nothing. This is beyond bad.
We killed all the goblins at the goblin camp. I guess we could hide there. Yeah. That's probably the last place they would look for us.
I mean, it's something,
Well, I
and then
mean-
maybe we can, I don't know, figure out how the goblins got in there.
Seems like a good way to find more goblins, but yeah, sure.
Okay.
Looking for a fight, man.
It sounds like you guys are down to go to the goblin camp. Is that?
I mean, that's all I got.
I don't have any other ideas, so let's do
I mean, no. I like where your head's at. It's not the place where I would have picked necessarily.
Listen, before you say anything, I feel like maybe this is a good start to your dire rat situation. Like, maybe you just go down there, scout some stuff out, and then if we have to stay the night at that goblin camp, then we have to stay the night at that goblin camp.
That's where I was going. Silver lining. We can grab a couple of rats when we're down there. I
That
guess.
was said through gritted teeth. Just, there's an agreement. Okay. Let's quietly make our way there. Hey, I find, like, I don't know, a curtain or something, and, like, just toss it over Maladrin's head and say, maybe we be discreet this time. You know?
Yeah, I definitely need to like buy a cloak or something. So I'm not like just walking.
I mean,
around
the guard's house here, the barracks has. You guys can each get a cloak out of here. It's got some basic gear down here, nothing crazy, but like you each could grab a cloak if wanted, as well as basic equipment like crossbow, have a heavy crossbow, and some bolts. If you want to add that to your sheet, there's one down here. You could totally get away with grabbing one. I know you, at least Eldrick, have full capability of using it. I think you might have one though.
They only have crossbows. There's no arrows and a barrel somewhere.
No. The guardsmen
grab some
typically
bolts.
just train on the crossbow. And then go ahead and roll me a hide check, since you guys are going to try and get to the sewers. 18. Come on, Eldrick.
Oh, buddy.
Not too bad. Not too bad. And then let me get a perception on you guys. Elwyn, you're leading the way on the rooftops. They're following along in the streets. Eldrick's head is down. The cloak, he's not used to hiding behind, whips and waves in the cold wind of Callistriel.
Oh, man.
Elwyn, Osmir chitters something at you, and you look down. Don't see anything. Come on, Maladrin. Osmir, 24. His chittering points in a certain direction. Unfortunately, it's the wrong way. He's pointing at a pastry stand. And then a 9. Okay, you guys get there. I had a different map pulled up, and now because you guys suck, I have to fix it. Hold on.
You're welcome.
That's great.
We're not gonna do your sandbox idea where we just fight things that were way under leveled to fight. We're gonna do what we want to do, and we're gonna fight some fucking goblins.
No, you're good. I never expected you to fight them. Okay, so we get back
I just
to
want to
here.
go talk to vendors about the prices and get some good trade going on.
So you guys get back to the slums where the rats were. You will notice instantly upon getting here that the area you guys had went down to get to the sewers before has guardsmen around it. So there's a full squad. You will, even with your 9, you guys will notice. Unfortunately, you didn't notice it very quickly, so you actually all kind of bust on the scene. right here. Like, just get on the map with, we got L1 over here with her rat, her raccoon. We got you two kind of walking up. And I'm going to roll to see if the guards notice you guys. They don't.
Damn.
I rolled, my highest one was a 9.
Damn.
So, they don't notice you, but they are obviously guarding this area. They have rope cordoning it off that like goes from this post here to this, where they've wrapped it around. They brought it to this post here, across and over. They've got it all sectioned off. There are other ways to get to the sewer, down the sewer if you wanted. Just that's the one you guys originally went down.
Okay. I was thinking of some shenanigans, but I'm gonna not. I'm sorry. Why are you the guards? Why are all the guards you?
Oh, you don't see the dungeon master everywhere?
Your stupid face on the. Hey.
Yeah, scroll into them. They look awesome. Absolutely stunners. But yeah, that's the guards right there.
Alright, well, I'm gonna, like, kind of give them a signal before they walk up and into this mix and go, and, like, kind of nod off in another direction, like we need to go check a different entry.
Alright, let's go ahead and see your guys' perceptions. Maladrin and Eldrick, give me a perception check to see if you even notice that she's trying to get your attention. And give me a hide from you, Megan. To not be seen by the guards, but to be seen by them. Well, Maladrin sees you regardless. With a 22. Oh yeah.
Okay, well,
so you like literally throw pebbles and hit both of them, beep, beep, like one after the other. They look over and you like motion away this way. You drop down to the other side of that building and you walk over and there's a large sewer grate right there.
All right. Shall we?
Sure.
Okay, there goes that.
Also, as we go down, or as we get in there, you know, it's worth noting they're guarding the sewers. We might not be A-okay down here, so...
+2 to your guys' climb checks to climb down 2 sewer levels from this grate. It's a tube straight down to the 2nd level.
Do we have rope?
Yes.
I'm going to use my thingy and rappel down there.
Okay, so +4 for you. I mean, you need a 10. You guys are scraping by.
Asmir's got a climb speed.
Yeah. He climbs down the wall. And then Maladrin, yeah, +4. Good job. Perfect. So you guys get down here. There are the chittering sounds of rats around you. It looks like they have finally found their way back into this area, and you'll have to fight them. Roll for initiative. Because there are some close enough to where they'll be on you within a turn.
Christmas music?
Huh?
Are we listening to Christmas music?
I don't know what's going on.
Holy shit.
Is it loud?
down.
I turned it down.
I'll wake you up.
It's funny because I don't hear it as loud as you guys do. Like it.
I have it turned down to like 80%, and there's times it blows me out.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have mine. I had it at 45 or something. I'm just gonna go ahead and start showing the rats off. There's a bunch more. All you see down here is money, Maladrin. So many perfectly fine rat hides. Chillin', chillin', chillin'. Elwyn.
Well, guess it's cleaning up. Oh wait, did we need to roll initiative?
You were supposed to. Oh,
Sorry, I didn't.
you didn't. Neither did Maladrin. So that means it's actually you first, Eric.
Oh, it would help if I was unmuted there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move back to there, and I'm gonna be like, try to use the flat of your blade, and maybe not, maybe just shoot him in the face with your arrows if you could. Would be preferable.
Don't ruin their diseased, infected carcass. I need it.
Yeah, and I will try to not abandon you in the sewers to die. I'm gonna swing at this rat.
It's a poor time to let you know that I took profession trapper over profession tanner.
Did you really?
Yes.
Trapper's good though.
I know, that's why I took trapper.
Hey, so he expertly launches a sling bullet or stone over and cracks this rat right in the face. Right after telling you guys, make sure you hit him in the face. I need their carcasses. He whacks it right across the snout, and it cracks. You can hear the resounding snap of its skull as the stone hits it solidly. L1.
Yeah. That's a me. Direct 7 seems to be the biggest threat, so I'm going to shoot at it. With a hit. That's a 21.
Okay.
Right between the eyes, my lord.
All right, yeah, finishes it off. Right between the eyes. Osmir's chilling with you.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to move?
Don't see a need to currently.
Dire Rat 2 skitters over to you. Dire Rat 1's off the screen. Dire Rat 16 for Eldrick.
They're not up here.
Eldrick is going to move forward. I guess I'll get around Dire 2 to be flanking. What do I get for flanking?
+2.
2 plus 2. Alright, and we'll do a Vital Strike on Dire 2.
Okay. I like this Vital Strike thing. It's neat.
Oh. Oh. Great.
It's a bummer.
You do have, you all three have, we did really bad last week in inspirations.
Inspiration then.
You want to use it?
Yeah. I forgot the +2. But
You hit.
you hit either way. Okay.
Nice work.
14 damage.
They're not standing up too much to the test of time at this point. Like, you've seen worse things happen here. We got Dire Rat 25. And they're kind of scattered. Like, you guys can start picking them off, too. The biggest problem is that it's just dark down here. You can't really see super well. I assume that you have your torch, your lantern thing out. I mean, unspokenly pop down, flip out your lantern thing. Go ahead and give me a survival check on that, though, Megan, to see if it has held up. It's been kind of wobbly. It's been in your pack. You got to kind of reestablish it now that you're back down here.
Sure. I'm re-rolling that.
So you're going to spend some time after that. First wave of rats gets killed. And then everybody also give me a perception check -4.
Does Osmir need to make it at a -4? He has low light vision.
It's to here.
Oh. Okay. Well. Just cancels out his natural extra.
Ooh, good job, Eldrick. The 0 is wild. Osmir hears it, but unfortunately cannot speak to it. But he kind of, his ears perk up, and you can, as you're flickering with your light over there, go ahead with your new survival check. But as you're flickering with the light, you get the light on him for a second. You see him kind of perk up on back legs, and just as you finalize your rope and pulley system to get that thing right where it needs to be, hanging in front of you or whatever, you notice his ears perk up, and he looks towards the direction you guys went the first time.
The direction we went the first time was straight down. So the direction we went the first time, we went straight down.
Right. Which was the other one you went down? This top one here? Wasn't it this one?
That was over by the crocodile. The one that we're standing on took us down to the stone.
Oh, okay. The one you're on now is this stone?
Yeah.
I thought it was this one.
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Are you gonna continue down, or do you hear rats chittering? I mean, even with with your 17, Osmir definitely hears it. With the 10 Ilwyn, you hear the rats. And really, you have a 12 and a 4, or a 2 in here. But for the other thing I was trying to get you here, you have less. So you definitely hear rats moving and skittering around and making noises and sounding kind of guttural and slurping and chirping and chewing and screaming and stuff on this level. Do you want to go down another level, or do you want to fight these, 12 rats or however many rats are up here?
I'm just gonna grab my arrow back from that rat that's right in front of us.
Okay.
And then suggest that we head down.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect for me.
I'm going to be like, yeah, that sounds good. And then I'm going to be like, wait, hold on. I'm going to run over. How much does that rat we killed weigh?
Probably about 14 pounds.
Okay. Perfect. I am going to add a 14-pound rat to my inventory.
I'm gonna drop a torch down again first.
Okay. It lights up 30-foot, about like a 20-foot little radius area there below. It is the same level you guys had went on before. Let me Sewers 3.
I want to get Osmir to like climb down like halfway first and take a look around. He can see twice as far.
Okay.
And just make sure that it's clear enough for us to get down there, and like.
Yep. So he comes back up and kind of shakes his head and kind of does a sideways. He seems one part concerned, one part okay with it, and then you're not really 100% sure what is on his mind overall. But he does come back up and kind of, you get the feeling you could go down, but you're not sure what you're going to fall into here.
All right, so here's the deal. This little guy saw something. We didn't leave anything but a crocodile down there. So we just dropped a torch. I don't know if they saw him.
I'll
but I
give
know
you
that
another
whatever's
perception check
down
now
there-
that you guys are at the tunnel and about to go down with the torch and things.
I don't know what all's down there, but we're definitely not going to have the element of surprise. Good grief. I roll another one on perception.
Oh, that's survival. Maldrin, you hear the gurgling of water slurping down the like in the sewer path that you had before. You also hear the sounds of metal against metal, as if armor or weapons rubbing against each other
From where?
from down below and off into the sewer below.
I definitely hear something clanging down there. Little clingy clang.
Which one? Well, we don't want to drop down within range of that dire crocodile. Oh. All right. Here's a thought. I'm gonna take this dire rat, the one that he didn't pick up, and drop it down the sewer grate with the dire crocodiles, like in the dire crocodiles range.
Okay, you're gonna throw it that direction.
Well, we know which grate takes them down to.
Right. Oh yeah, the closest to him.
So I want to drop a dead dire rat down there just so that like the crocodile comes out to play and see like what commotion gets caused by that.
You drop a dire rat down the other side before you guys travel down, and it just falls, hits the ground, and nothing happens. But you can roll perception checks at the other grate. If you get to the other grate, there are 2 rats between you guys to get to the other grate, though. So go ahead with attacking these two. Huh?
I said, yeah, let's kill him.
Just go ahead and roll attacks in the chat, all 3 of you, because it's like you all 3 have ranged weapons. So just let's see. They don't have a lot of life, and I don't have a lot of requirement to get a bunch of
Killed one.
rats over and over and over.
And 22 to hit and 9 damage.
Okay. 22 to hit, 9 damage. Add the tracker. That kills one of them. I got 14. You got a 15. Eldrick, you got a heavy crossbow, 15 hits. Maldrin, 13 misses. 6 damage, still alive. Next round, before you guys even get to it, go ahead and roll one more time. That's the beauty of rats and ranged weapons. You know what I mean? If you know where they are and you can see them, you get a little bit of work to them. Eldrick, it looks like you hit again.
That's confirmed at 20.
Confirmed crit. Okay, so you guys smoked that last rat as well. And you managed to get over there, you drop the rat down, and then you can roll your perceptions.
Actually, how about this? Can we keep somebody by the grate that's got the light, and then also drop? Can we like kind of cover some extra bases here?
Yeah, so we've got... You dropped a light on this one. Right?
We dropped a light on the one that looks like we're still standing on. Yeah, we dropped a light on that one. And then the dire rat is getting dropped. I believe that was where they came down. They came down like, did they walk over there?
No, this circle here is where the other one was.
So then Mick walked over to the crocodile.
Right,
stuff?
they walked over to those steps and like threw daggers at it, and then it charged them and got one of them, and then got the other.
Interesting. I don't know what this is going to do then. I was thinking it was closer to the dire crocodile. We try to throw it like towards the water, like not just straight down, but like at an angle.
Yeah, you can. Give me a ranged touch attack.
Touch? Well, it's just a regular attack against a lower armor.
Just a ranged attack. You're just trying to lob it.
No.
I mean, it hits the ground. It's down there and dark, so it's hard to hear it squelch against the ground as you take the greasy, disease-ridden rat and throw it down the sewer. But did you guys do your new perception checks? Eldrick did. He got an 11.
I thought I did. Interesting. I guess I didn't.
Yeah, you and Maladrin both need to.
Okay, well, 20.
Dirty 20 for you, nat 20 for him. You hear what is obviously like breastplate or some kind of metal armor and the chinking of steel as people move around down there. There's potentially people down below Maladrin.
Yeah, I definitely hear people down there. I think that we should just take our rat and go.
Yeah, this isn't going to work tonight. We should have anticipated that if they're investigating everything, that they're probably coming down here to try to take care of whatever it was down here that we found. Speaking as low as I can, of course. And I guess let's climb back up and make sure our rope comes with us.
You guys are the luckiest people. Like, I cannot roll lower for perception checks than I just did. Okay, so you guys don't investigate any further or try any other tunnels?
I don't think it's smart.
There's still the one left that you guys did not go look at.
Where's the other one?
That one with the wood slats there.
How far up are we?
You're at which one? If you're the one on the right over there, you're like 15 foot up. You're about 30 foot on the other one, and then it's 30 foot to the goblin one as well.
Okay, so to the goblin one, I'm going to have Osmir look down and tell me. I'm going to say, "Do you see people?"
Okay, he'll go down. You want him to go down the goblin one? This one here?
No, I don't want him to go down. I want him to look in the grate. I can't see in the grate. He can see in the grate.
Oh, he doesn't. He gives you this shake. There's no people down there. You're pretty sure that's what he's saying with his little head shake. But then he starts to chew on his hand.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it wasn't difficult for us to find the goblin camp area. It's not like that was separate from...
Yeah, it's like right there.
So it's not like it was separate from where we are, or from the dire crocodile. It was just out of the way. I don't think this is the right time. I think we should GTFO. I'm going to have to agree with Maladrin.
Somebody clip it! Oh my god, it's a first for everything, I guess. Any words from Eldrick on this? She says, I think I agree with Maladrin, we should leave.
Yeah, I don't want to fight the Inquisition, so I suspect that's who's down here. Let's do that.
Okay, one final perception check at -4 for the humans.
Minus what?
4.
Motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
That's literally that's the 4th nat 1 I've rolled for perception.
Yeah, Eldrick, you'll hear like the murmuring, almost as if someone talking quietly, but not quite enough, about 100 feet away, like down and over towards where the croc was. You hear 2 voices murmuring back and forth quietly. You can't make out what they say, but you just make out the sound of someone speaking.
Okay, I'll tell my companions, yeah. I hear someone speaking down there. I don't know what.
Well, unless you can hear what they're saying, I suggest we get out of here before they figure out that there's somebody listening.
Agreed.
Where to, though?
Such a great question. You've done such a great job with this.
Me? I've done nothing. That's all Eric's doing.
Well, we're going to need a place to lay low. Obviously, we can't go to the spots that we've been to. Maybe we can find a spot in the slums that's uninhabited and we can squat there for the night.
I will allow for a new local check since you guys are talking about a new little stuffy McDude.
18.
You guys are all kind of chitter-chatting about where to go, and Maladrin actually knows of an empty, essentially, room in like the upper mid-city. So it's actually nicer than the slums. It's an old court physician's chambers that has been left empty since him and his father never took it over. Once his dad passed, the court physician became someone else. It was supposed to be Maladrin, but he never took on the mantle officially as of so far. But there is an empty, essentially flat. It's like a 3-bedroom, second story to a multi-unit facility place. So there's a 3-bedroom flat on a second story that has neighbors, but he's pretty sure it's still empty. You can think of a hovel that you could probably find, like you're like in the slums. You're like, I know there's this couple of hovels over here. I'm pretty sure they're still empty, and if anyone is there, it's just like bums or kids we could potentially kick out. But you're fairly certain you can find a place to lay low in the slums. And he mentions, now that I think of it, I still have this key to the flat we used to live at. But this was years ago, and no one's ever filled it. I'm sure it's still vacant, kind of thing.
Feels like they wouldn't be looking for us not in the slums. However, if it's a place you used to live, then it's not a great place to go.
He had a tenuous relationship with his father. He was never really there. The fact that he even has a key is surprising, probably even to him.
I think that Eowyn would not want to go anywhere that has any connection, regardless of what he describes his relationship with his father as.
I mean, if you're insistent to sleep in the slums, we can sleep in the slums. You know what they say? You can take a street rat out of the street, but she still wants to
Can
sleep
cut
in.
you off there and say that tonight it's the slums. Tomorrow we can check out the other place and see if there's any activity. Not smart to go in blind.
So you guys are currently standing like in the second level of the sewers, like you were about to go down
No.
to where the croc was before.
No. No, we got out before we had the discussion.
Oh, okay, okay. So you guys left your base. Did you go all the way back to the street level, or are you just on the first level of sewers, or like are you climbing up the rope having this discussion, or did you open the grate and slide back into the slums?
I think we need to slide back into the slums before we start having conversation because we're too close to trouble.
Okay.
And I don't want to be shouting in the dungeons.
So give me a hide check all around, as well as I need a climb check from everybody too, because going up that rope is not easy for a decent amount of space.
21 climb.
Okay. 12's good. 11's good. The guys are able to climb out.
23 stealth.
Elwyn slides out with no problem. Eldrick is a little banging and jostled on the way up. Between his multiple swords and his armor, he makes quite a bit of noise. And then Maladrin, you don't make as much noise, but you bang against the wall a couple times. You don't have any armor per se besides the leather armor. Weapons-wise, you're not carrying anything heavy. So it doesn't sound as loud, but it's like a lot of foot scrambling. But you guys do make it up and out. Let's see. Climb. Okay, follow those. So you guys do make it up to the top and out, and you guys get out there, and you're not sure where Eowyn went until you start talking to each other, and she, like, is next to you. Yeah, that's a great idea, guys. Like, holy shit, where'd you come from? Kind of thing. Like, she just happened to scramble out a little bit faster and slide off into the slums. But then when you guys get out and start discussing where to go and things, she says, I know of a place in the slums we can go to lie low. Most likely little to nobody there. I'm open to checking out this other place tomorrow, but not tonight. As you guys are like standing in the refuse in the alley, there's a couple of bolts of lightning that strike down within 60 or 70 feet of you guys, starting small fires in the slums, and that popping and static noise starts to kind of crackle, snap, and pop again up and around and near you guys.
We gotta go. So there's guards right around the corner, and we need to not be near this popping. This is going to be bad again. We gotta go. I'm going to start heading.
Are you both following, I assume? I mean...
Yes.
Alright, Eric, you're obviously there too. Slumming it up. Okay. You guys all head off to the slums. You will get there. There is a single room that's leaky. There's literally water from above, like kind of dripping down. It's moist, damp, and mildew filled. There are some old, unused cots in there, like just blankets and things on straw. It smells kind of foul. It doesn't smell too great, but you're just in the sewers. You guys are covered in a bit of sewage and guts and bloods from fighting the rats in the sewers as well. Yeah, you're not wrong, Psionics. But yeah, sorry, the chat on YouTube. But yeah, so so you guys managed to find the spot that she's mentioned, and it is a kind of small shelter, but the three of you and your dire raccoon can hole up here relatively well. It just has a literal leather tent flap for a door that you can tie down, and it is kind of an old part of the wall itself. part of the wall that surrounds the city. It's a built-in old stone kind of damp structure that's part of the wall, part of the old city that was before the cataclysm. But you guys are able to get in there, and it's only currently, it was like, so it's probably like 2 p.m. at this point, 2:30 p.m. So you still got some time before the next day. The cracking and popping sounds did not follow you from the slums to the other part of the slums. So that's good, I guess, right? But you guys are in this area here, kind of hold tight. What are your, go ahead and plan together, talk together, discuss kind of what your next moves are going to be. Obviously, you guys are in a crap situation. You may or may not be wanted by the Inquisition. Everyone you've touched in the last 48 hours has, at this point, come up missing, taken by the Inquisition, or is potentially dead. So, I feel like the fear of the Inquisition, if not the fear of getting caught doing something you didn't do or whatever after being raised in the city with that going on, should be in the pit of your guts. I doubt you're waving any dead guard arms out windows at this point. I would hope.
Well, I'm certainly not.
So I'm gonna pull out my last scone from my pocket. Take a bite. Do you think we should go ahead and take this rat over there to the tanner so she can get a look at it? Because we have plenty of daylight left. See what she thinks. See what kind of deal. Kind of seems moot now that I've got the leather armor that I was trying to negotiate for. But you know what? I'm not one to back out of a deal. I told her I'd bring her a rat, and I think we should bring her this rat.
I'm gonna go ahead and just pretend like you aren't talking to me.
She's like over here, like combing Osmir's hair, and you're speaking, and she just literally turns and continues like.
I just don't think you understand. Just because there aren't wanted posters with our faces on them yet doesn't mean they won't be posted soon. So maybe less showing your face around. And if you're going to show your face around, maybe don't show it around us anymore.
We just have the rat. I feel like.
Yeah, no, you have a rat. We don't need to have a rat. That rat is now just evidence that we went back into the sewers. So do us a favor.
Eldrick, tell her about the rat plan. I cannot explain this again.
Do whatever you want with the rat.
You're muted, Tim.
Am I?
You were. Now I can hear you now.
Oh. Yeah, do whatever you want with the rats. There's nothing I can do to help you or save you from that if that's the way you want to go. I think we need to lay low right now. Unfortunately, I don't really see any way of getting around the Inquisition. I don't want to fight them, but we're almost certainly wanted by them, and they're going to be looking for us.
Full disclosure, you guys need to not roll like real crappy perceptions like 4 different times tonight. There's a couple of those going on, but that's okay. You're still making a good choice, particularly. You're fine. So how are you guys just gonna hole up here and just stay in this from 2:30 p.m. until the next morning and hope for the best, or?
I'm going to check on the stables.
Okay.
I'm not going to go to the stables, but I want to see what the state of the stables is.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. Let me get a slew of rolls from you. Let me start with let's start with your hide, and then give me your perception. And you can use Osmir's perception for this as well to get a feel for things. And then add 2 to your hide as well, so 28. So yeah, you slink through, right straight through.
There you go.
The stable master seems fine. You see the gentleman that's let you work for him for the last almost decade now. You've been working for him since you're like 6 or 8 or however old you are now. Almost a decade that you've been working for him. Your dad left you kind of not in his hands, but like as a friend of the family. Him and Petra were kind of 2 of the 3 total people that you knew that your dad talked to on a regular basis. And you didn't know that they had like a special relationship of any kind necessarily. Your dad just said, like, will you teach my daughter about animals? She seems really good with them. And then like you ended up keeping animals for him and cleaning out the stalls, helping with horses, pigs, cows, things like that he keeps in the urban farming areas. That being said, he seems fine. The horses they've got another half again horses as you did the other day. Yesterday it was twice as many as you're used to. There's that again half over. So it's basically 2.5 times what you normally would see. It's very busy since the Remembrance Festival's tomorrow. That means I'm cracking up at this kid on YouTube. But no,
I think there's like a glimmer of hope in Aelwyn's mind that maybe since she didn't have anything to do with the hiring of the extra people, that maybe she kind of like got by unnoticed. She didn't really introduce herself to anybody. She was just kind of there.
Yep. I mean, that is probably exactly what she would think. I mean, it does make a lot of sense because the stable master's fine. You live there. I mean, essentially, that's like your home away from your shelter.
Right. And if they were worried about me they would have like turned his place upside down. Like he would have been in trouble, right? Like it seems like, it seems like I'm going to make a bad decision.
Are you alone? You're alone right now. So are you going to let them know that's your thought, or are you leaving it be?
I'm going to go back and pull Eldrick out.
Low-key surprised you went back. I thought for sure that was it. I thought we were going, all right, roll new characters. Everybody make one to go with Elwyn, because she's the only one that made it out alive. But no, okay, you came back. I'm here for it. You come back in and like you see them sitting, I guess, because it sounds like they didn't leave. Or Eric, is Maladrin gonna go and take the rat to see her like right now, or are you gonna hold tight? Because she's like, I'll be back, and then dips out and disappears into the slums.
I'm gonna look at Eldrick and I'm gonna be like, I should have gave her this rat if she was going out. That's just.
I just hate your character so much.
He's a sociopath, eh?
Yes, 100%.
He's the worst.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in and just say I think there's a chance that if I'm on the radar, they don't know who I am.
Tim, you're super quiet.
Yeah. It's possible, but they still have a description of you. So, and your raccoon, which is pretty distinctive.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. I did go back to check the spot that I normally stay, and it doesn't seem to have been overturned like all the other places. So, that's good news. I don't know what to do with that information, but that's a thing that we have, at least. It really just depends on whether they just killed everybody or they took them back for questioning. I don't know what's going to happen with all of these people that have seen us, but not. Maybe we need a change of clothes. Like a new cloak would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are still covered in the filth of the sewer. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah, I can see that helping us in the short term, but what do we do long term? What is the plan? Do we need to leave?
How?
I'll take a knowledge roll for that.
Knowledge what?
You all have your knowledge, your individual knowledges. You're knowledging to know of a way to go to get out.
24.
You want a local knowledge?
Huh? Yeah, local.
You want a knowledge local?
Yep. Watch local and high courts. Dang, Aylwin, it's funny because you of all of you should have known better, but it makes sense that Maladrin has an idea, and it makes sense that Eldrick does too. Eldrick, your great and grand idea is a boat. The main way people come and go out of the city, if you're trying to leave the city for real, is a boat. The front gates of the city haven't been opened in more than 6 months. There was an attack that was a bunch of horrid monsters from the jungle attacked the front gate, so they just haven't opened it since. And everybody that has come and gone in the last 6 months has been by sea. Even the ones with horses that are here, their horses were on their boats with them. So it is what it is. That's your big grand idea. Maladrin, you remember, and whether or not you tell your friends this or not, you remember overhearing a conversation about magic portals and how that in the Institute runes there were once set magic portals that would take people in an instant across the globe. Now, whether or not you want to tell your companions about magic in this particular instance or what you know is up to you, but that is a distinct something you remembered. And Elwyn, the only thing you can remember about anything slum-wise that could help you get out of the city is that you think there's some kind of underground network, but you can't remember where or who told you about it or where it would even begin.
Okay, so, I mean, leave how? No one leaves the city. The doors don't get open. They're all stuck here.
You can leave by boat.
Where would we go? What's out there? How do we get a boat? Do you know someone?
I'm going to start digging through my bag. Digging like I'm looking for something.
I mean, we could go wherever the boat's going, I guess. We could, I mean, I think it'd be best to stow away, make sure they don't know we're on the boat, because they will always be certainly screening passengers, and we are definitely wanted. I mean, the boat's got to be going somewhere. They're trading with someone.
Yeah, so you would all have a very, very thin idea how that all goes down. None of you are really merchants. But there are 4 fortified towns that are not quite as big as Sumnyr in the realm that are known. Each of them having their own footprint on what they kind of provide. And really, most of these people that ride on ships aren't sailing the open sea. They're following the coast at a steady distance to get to the either river inlets or other coastal towns.
Okay, well, there is. I mean, I know a fisher, Chloe. She might be able to help us, but I don't want to put her in a bad spot.
Oh yeah, you do know Chloe the fisherwoman.
I pull a brown wig out of my bag. I just kind of stick it on my head and tuck my hair in. I'm like, I don't even honestly know why I have this, but I have it. Does this solve any of our problems? And I have messy brown hair now.
I mean, maybe some. Your hair's pretty standoutish.
Does this help us get the rat to the rat lady? I shouldn't call her the rat lady. Eldrick, don't tell her I called her the rat lady. I know that you like to overshare.
Celine.
You don't call her the rat lady. Yeah. I don't know, it's something. That's kind of what I got. I don't really have boat people. It's not my thing.
I can't hear
We
you,
can
Megan.
figure out.
Oh, there you are.
Huh?
You were talking, but nothing was happening, and then it started.
Oh. I was just gonna say that maybe we make plans to look for a boat, and you can do what you need to do with that rat.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of scared now. I would feel better if you went with me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with no.
I'm just concerned
Because
about it.
that's
Well,
not necessary.
what do you think? Do you just want this rat then? What should we do with this rat? We have the rat. I feel like we went and got the rat. That was a lot of climbing, at the very least.
We didn't go down for the rat. You just happened to take it back with us. We went back looking for a place to hide.
We went for multiple reasons, possibly. You were very eager to hit them in the head, though. Yeah?
The easiest way to kill them, you idiot.
But it still doesn't help us. What should we do with this rat? I feel like we can't just, like, throw it out in the street. I can't just discard a giant plague rat outside.
Why not?
No, this disgusting hovel seems like a perfectly appropriate place to leave it.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
All right, whatever. I'm going to discard this 14-pound rat then.
Wow. After all that work to get it.
I know. You're
Dane?
telling me.
I guess they're just not interested in money, or business in general.
We'll circle back.
We'll circle back.
We're going to be like level 18, like 22 mythic levels, and be like, all right, guys, are we ready to head back to the sewer and get the lady those rats?
Yeah, I can see it now. You guys will be level 18, and you'll be like hiding from the guard still, fighting rats slowly, getting like actual like per animal XP or per creature XP, just slowly whittling it away as you go. Awesome. So unless you guys have anything else you're doing tonight, it's going to be, at this point already, it's Callistril. It was 2:30, so we'll say it's 5 o'clock, 5:30 Callistril at this time by the time she gets back from the stables. And you guys have your chat. We'll say 5:39. So the evening is pushing on. It is Callistril, so that's basically February, which means that it's getting darker earlier still. And it's pretty cold. In fact, it starts to snow. Excuse me. And you guys are still in your hovel. And then I guess my question ultimately is, before we end the game for the night, is the plan then currently all three of you are going to try and find a boat to get out of town? Or question mark?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go see Chloe the fisherwoman, see if she can maybe help to secure a passage somehow, or some way out of the city is the idea you guys have. You're not for sure wanted, but you're right to think that you probably are. I mean, most signs are pointing to you guys are in trouble, minus the stable man.
Here's a question. The front gates haven't been opened in 6 months, but the stables have extra horses in them because people are traveling here
By boat for the
for
festival,
the
but
celebration.
not everybody
So they're
that's
coming
here.
over to a single city and they're bringing their horses with them to be in the city?
Yeah, so some people ride their horses in the city, but also not everybody knows that the front gate has been closed. That's a relatively not normal and slightly new development. And it takes more than a few months to sail completely around. So anybody traveling from farther away maybe wouldn't have heard via snail mail or traveling companions that they couldn't ride out from the city. People that can own boats typically have enough of an entourage to have guards and things to be allowed to leave the city or to be able to pay enough of the guardsmen to allow them to let them out as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling bullshit.
Okay. Whatever you need.
Okay. I mean, I'm stuck.
No, that's good. I mean, it's good that you should be stuck because that's the point. I mean, they're supposed to be backed into a corner-ish, like a bunch of rats.
Don't you compare us to them?
Well, they're moneymakers. They could.
And we don't make any money.
Okay, so you have a couple options ahead of you. You could contact the stable master. You trust him relatively well, not 100%, but he is like Petra, someone you've grown up with. He's keeps his head down. He's a pretty stable individual in your life. Maladrin, your father is passed. You don't have any relatives to speak of, but you do know that flat is available. You could easily hole up there, in your opinion, for the foreseeable future, and be fine until this blows over, hopefully. And then guards-wise, as strange as you may be from your family, your father and mother both served in the military, Eldrick. So the facts are you could potentially check in with them on the low and see kind of what their thoughts are. Maybe check in with family before you're full-on leaving town. Outside the city is known to be extremely dangerous. Any nobles and whatnot that travel with retinues of easily 10 guardsmen or more. So it's just something to think about as well. I'll have a couple avenues available I'll have Chloe the fisherwoman ready to go. I'll have your parents ready to go if we would decide to go that route. I'll have the stable master ready to go. And I'll have the flat ready to go as options for things to do, as well as the boat option as well. But
you know what? Let's keep Selena on that back burner just in case.
Keep what?
Selena.
Oh, Celine.
Celine, yeah, just in case. I mean, because we might come across a rat or some other sort of hide.
I'll have the leather worker queued up as well, just in case we can make some rat armor.
Just to keep it ready.
Keep it ready. Keep it on the back burner. Awesome, guys. Well, hey, good job, guys, tonight. I know it's tough. I know I'm not giving you an easy path. Like you guys, every time you turn, there was something going on that is leading you guys a certain sort of type of direction. So I'm glad that we got where we got. It's kind of where I thought we'd be, but not 100. I was kind of hoping you guys would go down a little farther, but I can just rework that because now what was going to happen with you guys there happens without you guys there, and I continue forward with the other parts of the story. So, appreciate you guys. I will say you don't level today, but your mythic tier is coming soon. And all of that is for tomorrow, right? All the stuff we're talking about, you guys are trying to do during the Remembrance Fest, or would any of you do any of that tonight since it's still only 5:30?
I think scoping stuff out tonight might make sense, and then when there's a big distraction is a great opportunity to try to make a break for it, but it seems like tomorrow it'll be easier for us to get shit done because of the festival.
Yeah, the festival should hide some of your guys' movement and whatnot. There's so much going on. But
again,
tonight,
we could go back down to the sewers and try again, because, I don't know, they might have the day off. We don't know who was down there. I mean, we're pretty sure we know who was down there.
Mm-hmm. You have some ideas. Okay. Well, I'll do a couple of things for that then. So I'll have a couple of different options available for you guys to move down, and I'll be ready for that. And we'll pick up here next. Everybody's good for next Sunday then, 7 to 10. We'll come back for more Mythic Pathfinder: A World Forgotten. Thank you guys all for coming and watching and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and start ending the stream here in just a moment. Megan, Tim, Eric, thank you guys for coming and playing your characters. Hopefully everybody will come back and check us out next week. We're gonna pick up right where we left off, right at the 5:30 mark where we are, the 5:39. We'll just pick up from there and let you guys do anything else because you still have a few hours before it's actually late and you have to get like a full rest, if any. And then we'll go from there. It's not like you guys are in like heavy combat or anything. You didn't lose any slots or health or anything, so we can just give you an option to have a couple more things to do. Brainstorm together and on or offline, and if you guys have questions you want to ask or point in a certain direction, come next game, shoot them to me, and I'll be happy to kind of help you get a plan. Okay?
Sure.
Bet 'em up. Good night. Thank you so very much. Tomo of Psionics, I appreciate you being here, brother. We'll see you next Sunday. We'll have to incorporate your skilled human fighter dude with the shield and herbalism and tanning stuff in there. You guys have somebody's requested to be a craftsman to upgrade your home base once you guys finally find one. He wants us to be recruited in. I told him that's fine. So eventually Tomo of Psionics will be offline playing, but still putting his thumbprint on the game in some way, shape, or form, which is fun. So, love, peace, and unicorns, you guys.